We can make this Gantt chart in Excel in less than 3 minutes. First, we're going to add our title and headings. I'm just going to call these things generic items, but feel free to fill it in with what makes sense for you. Then we need our start date and our due date. Next, we need to add in our dates. So let's go to column E and start adding in our dates. We're going to start with March 1st, and then let's go up to format here and change this to a little bit shorter of a date so that it's not so wide. So we'll do month and day, and then drag this all the way across, and you'll end up at your 31 days. We're going to keep dragging it. And once you've got your 31 days, we're going to go back over and finish formatting. Let's go back over to the left, and let's say you wanted to number your tasks. Sequence is a great way to do that. You start with the number you want. So let's say 20, we want 20 tasks. And then the columns, we only want it to be in this column, and the increment is 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So next we're going to add in our tasks. Again, mine are just generic just to show an example, but feel free to add in what makes sense. And then our start date and our due date of our first task. Another way to get to format is to highlight and hit Control+1. That change was an accident, so let's fix that. So now we're going to go down to date, and let's again pick the date with the month and day. I'm just going to shrink that a little bit. Now I went through and filled these in and skipped that part in the video for time's sake, but you will need to add in all of your start and due dates. So let's make our title really stand out. We're going to merge and center, and we're going to bold it, and let's make it a lot larger. I don't plan to filter this, so that's why I do merge and center, but there are other options. We're going to turn it white, really stands out, and then let's bold our headings across that top and then across the far left. And we'll change the color here just to make a little bit of a distinction, and then we can also bold our start and due dates and change that to a different background. Now the dates really stand out. Now we're on to the actual Gantt chart of this. So let's select all of the cells just like I did and go up to Home and then Conditional Formatting, New Rule. We need to type in a formula. Now type it in exactly as shown. You need to really pay attention to the very first start date across the top and then the start and the end date across in the black. Those are the main cells that we're focused on to make this work. And then once you've entered that formula, we're going to hit format, and then let's go with the blue. You could pick any color you want, hit OK. And now let's scroll over, looks good. Now, if we really want this to look nice, we could remove our grid lines, but in order to do that, we might want to change this to adding a border. So I'm just going to add a border, but you don't have to do that. It'll still stand out nicely. And then let's go to View and uncheck grid lines. Now you only have your actual grid showing. Test it out.